I want to tell you guys about something fresh too, okay? There was a point in our career where we were doing a show called Insane Clown Posse Theater on the Fuse Network. And we had like a TV show on the Fuse Network, and we had Greg the Hammer Valentine with us doing this show, you know? And the thing was, we were filming in New York, right? So the limo would take us to this area in the Bronx every morning. And we would get out of the limo to go film, you know? And next to where we got out of the limo, there was a construction work where they were literally building a building, like a skyscraper, you know? And I remember, if anybody here happens to know who Greg the Hammer Valentine is, Greg the Hammer Valentine is an old school WWE wrestler whose fame, whose fortune, and whose everything comes from his days selling out Madison Square Garden in Manhattan and appealing to these New York fans, you know? And I just wanted to share with y'all, every morning we'd get out of the limo, right? And you would hear all this yelling coming from the construction zone next to us. And it would be all these construction workers on all the buildings going all the way up. And they would be yelling, "Hammer! Hammer!" And here's me and Shaggy in clown paint and shit. They wouldn't give a fuck. They were screaming for Greg the Hammer because they grew up watching the Hammer at Madison Square Garden. You get what I'm saying? And I told myself I would tell you all that story because I think it's fresh. And the look on Greg the Hammer's face every morning when we got out of that limo and all those construction workers be yelling his name was worth the price of admission alone. I'll tell you that. I mean that.
He probably couldn't believe it either, right?
It was great. And it was just very, very fresh.
Shout out to the Hammer. Fuck yeah.
Shout out to Greg the Hammer.